regardless if it was an A-10 and also being in the Big Ten already. I have that experience. I think that's something that, was talked about within the recruiting page, that I have the experience in the Big Ten and I can help us. So I think, you got young guys who are connected. You got older guys who are connected with the young guys. So I think it's a lot of stuff where the connectivity with this team and then the adversity that everyone has faced on their own and everyone has faced as a team, it gives me a lot of hope, just because there's guys who've seen this league and there's guys who haven't seen this league, but those guys who have seen the league have preached what they're going to, what these young guys and what these guys who haven't seen are going to see. So I think this team, the sky's the limit really for this team, and I think we can make the tournament and we can make a deep run in it.
What have you seen from Ohio State since you've been here? Just maybe the experience and out of these guys, what have you seen, I suppose?
Yeah, I would say just the standard that you're held to here. I think the biggest thing for me is that I'm being coached, and if I make a mistake and if I don't do things well, they're going to flat out tell me, hey, this is what you did, this is what you didn't do, and this is what you need to do. So I think that's the biggest thing for me, is that I'm being told what I need to do, and consistently, it's not on or off, it's not, when stuff is bad, when stuff is good, it's consistent. And I think with this team, I've seen a lot of hard work. Everyone's in the gym extra hours, everyone's in the weight room extra hours, and then everyone here wants to get better, and everyone here wants to win. And if that's the common goal, if you want to win, you're going to do whatever it takes to win. I think that's what this team has done so far, from the summer to now the fall, and the official practice start here on Wednesday.
Have they talked about a role of 3, 4, interchangeable? Just what have they said to you about where they want to see you play, I guess?
Yeah, I think it's interchangeable, but we haven't talked too much about it, just because we've done a lot of basic stuff in the summer. But I flipped from a 3-4 to 3. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm still taking in, the coaches are still taking in. So by game time in November, you'll have an answer to that.
Are you comfortable guarding a 6'10" guy if need be, or a bigger guy?
If need be, I think I am comfortable, and I think that whatever my role is here on this team, I'm going to do it to a T, and that's I just want to win. That's the end of the day. I came here to win, and I think everyone has that same common goal.
Hearing you talk about the fit at Ohio State, you may have already answered this, but why Ohio State for you?
Yeah, I think the first thing that stood out to me is within recruiting, you want to go where you're wanted. And from the first call I had with Coach Diebler and then talking to Holtman down in Minnesota, it was, you're wanted here, there's a fit for you, there's a position for you to play. Obviously losing guys like Bryce and losing guys like Justice Suman, you got big roles to fill, and I thought, coming in I could fill those roles, and then understanding that also as a leader, this is your 5th year, you've been through it, you've been in the A-10, you've been in the Big Ten already, so understanding that, yes, this is my first year at Ohio State, but it's a place for me to blossom, and it's a place for me to get better, and it's a place for me to potentially, achieve my goal of making the tournament and also play at the next level.
What's that drive like, this being probably your last go-around here in college, to make sure you reach all those goals?
Yeah, no, I think you're selling out to reach those goals, like you said, and I think that's the biggest thing for me, is that this is the last go-around. It's year 5. Like I talked about earlier, it's a luxury to have this 5th year, especially with the COVID year, and I think when you look at my college experience, it hasn't been what I wanted it to be, but you take those things, you bottle them up, and you look at them and say, here's what I need to do now. This is your 5th year, this is your last year, so you're going to go all out, and you're going to do everything that's possible to achieve those goals. I want to win in college. I think that's the biggest thing for me, and I think this is one of the best opportunities for me to come in and win. Not only that, because I can come in and be a leader, but also I can come in and learn from these younger guys who have experienced Ohio State basketball, and then obviously just try to take this team to the tournament and do whatever it takes to get there.
Yeah, so with the 2 years of experience at Minnesota in the Big Ten, how do you feel like that you can be a voice of leadership and reason with the younger guys that may have not seen anything that physical before? Because obviously the difference between high school play, especially for a guy like Scotty coming out, and the Big Ten basketball, it's like night and day.
Yeah, no, it's drastically different. I think that's the one thing. I remember my first game in the Big Ten against Michigan State, and the way they play, they're up and down.
Yeah.
And I remember that first play, I'm like, wow, this is what I signed up for, but this is what I wanted. Like you said, it's been a solid 2 years in the Big Ten. Obviously, had a better year 2 years ago than last year, but I think just what I know and what I've seen, I can help a lot of these guys. Granted, you still got a lot of younger guys who have seen it themselves, but then I think you look at what Ohio State did last year towards the end of the season. The younger guys started to figure out, okay, this is what I need to do every day to be successful in the Big Ten. It's what we've done, this summer, what we've done this fall, just to, show that the Big Ten is legit. It's real. You're going to be out here facing the best every night. it's physical, it's demanding, but I think the biggest thing is that, you know, as someone who can be a leader and someone who's seen it for 2 years, I've seen it all. You know, I've played every team in the Big Ten, and I've played in most of the arenas in the Big Ten, so it's just helping these guys, you know, have a sense of calmness in the end, just to be like, all right, you know, some of you have been here before, some of you haven't been here before, but you're here for a reason. So I think that's something that, you know, I'm looking forward to. Not to say that I did a good job leading last year, but I think that's another reason why I wanted to come back to college, is that, you know, with the young guys we had at Minnesota, I probably didn't do the best job leading them. So I think this year that's where I got to get better, and I think that's something that I've done this summer and this fall to help this team be successful.
Yeah, so the Buckeye roster kind of struggled beyond the arc last season. How do you feel that you can add value to the team as a shooter with, obviously, you know, you can shoot the ball very well?
Yeah, I think that's something I've done my whole college career, my high school career, is shoot the ball well. Granted, I haven't shot as well as I think I can shoot, so I think that's one thing that these guys are on the staff are pushing me to do, is just be consistent in the gym and, you know, get shots up on the gun. So I think that with what I've been doing, with the work I've been putting in, with the help of the staff, with the help of my teammates pushing me to get better every day, you know, I feel like I can come out here and be a solid three-point shooter, not only on the team but also in the Big Ten and even the nation.
Yeah, for Buckeye fans who haven't seen your play at either GW or at Minnesota, how would you describe your play style?
Yeah, you know, I'd say I look up to a player like Klay Thompson. You know, someone who can come out here and shoot off the dribble, shoot off the bounce, but not over dribble. 2 to 3 dribbles is all I need in the end. Play off my shot is probably the biggest thing that I need to do, and I would say that's something I didn't do as well last year, is play off my shot. You know, you're obviously looking to shoot first, but then once you get closed out on hard closeout, you know, you're taking 2 dribbles, whether that's a shot for yourself, whether it's getting to the rim, or even kicking out. You know, that's my game, and I think defensively I've improved over the last 2 years, but I think I'm looking to make even a bigger jump this year at Ohio State, just because I know how important that is for our team to succeed is defending in the Big Ten.
Awesome, I appreciate you speaking.
Yeah, of course.
Jamison, can you scoot like just a few inches? Oh, perfect. So how did you fare in the Hocking Hills no phones?
Oh, I love it.
Did it bring?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're forced to get to know people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's one thing we've seen with this group. You know, I think in the summer, regardless of where we are, we're always together. You know, whether that's the guys at the dorm, whether that's guys coming over to apartments, stuff like that, where, you know, when we're in the locker room, yeah, guys are on their phone, but we're always engaged with each other. So now, you know, going to Hocking Hills, having our phones taken away, a lot of guys, you know, it wasn't that big of a deal, just because we knew we were in the presence of each other. And then, you know, we played fun Monopoly games. Uno was another game. Played cards, you know, played poker. There's just a lot of stuff we did as a team, and we came together. So I think it was a good experience for us for 36 hours and not have our phones and just be in the presence of each other.
And you got to come together as a team if you're going to have any chance,
right?
Don't you?
Yeah. No, I think that's the biggest thing, is just team camaraderie, and then also preaching what you practice when it comes to family. You know, and I think that's what we've seen. And I know guys on this roster are going to sell out for every guy next to them, and I think that's something that, as a team, is what you need. And I think that's what we have, and I'm excited to see, you know, where it takes us, not only in non-conference but also in the Big Ten.